People, this is kind of my predictions, what Merlin should do. Okay? Basically, keep the passes how they are this year to at least 4 years. And then what you need to do is come up with a pass what covers if you don't want to be there for school hours. You know, where basically adults can, who don't want to be bothered, let's say, by kids on the park or any attractions, where it has these specific dates where no kids are there, okay, and outcasts in the weekends, but something like that where it's got a rough like dates on it, with this type of perk where it has like fast track, but during the week, for about, I'd say 3 rides. If it works with the one standard one now, then that's what I'd recommend. So with the passes, I like what you're doing with goal, getting rid of those annoying days. We went up, me and my partner went up last year, and it was really annoying. I forgot it was a bank holiday, and it was a hot day in the summer. We got all the way up there, okay, and then we couldn't get into the park, and it was just really, 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 really annoying in itself. Now, that's good what you've done with the gold pass and the platinum pass is just there, what you could try. And if it works, say, on that one, then why don't you make a strictly like an adults one called Ada or something like that, okay? It's just an idea where, like what I said earlier, it works only when, like, classified for when kids at school, and it has 3 rides a daily. We can, like, if it works on the platinum pass this year, right, then it could work that way, where 3 rides, okay, doesn't matter which one, as long as you got fast track for it. Now, this is my prediction about the theme parks, what they need to do more than ever now. If Merlin, if you're listening on here or whatever, basically I would say what you need to do is basically you need to cut out all these out of date rides, okay, just gut them, scrap them, okay, but before you do that, get some new decent rides in your park, okay, before you scrap them, okay, don't scrap them and then do this dreaded thing where, what I really hate you lot doing, Merlin, if you're listening, if you're the head of Merlin rides or whatever, you need to do this. Have a plan in place where you can literally have some money and a contract up where that ride can be a place straight away. So as soon as that one comes end of its life of the ride, and get a new ride in its place really quickly. Okay, because I'm telling you, if you don't in the next year or two, Merlin, I think your flag ones are the nearest ones to London what need to be updated. Like Full Park desperately needs a lot of upgrading on the rides and stuff. I'm gonna not be a fan with everyone about this decision here, but what I'm thinking, if for example, if you keep tidal wave going how it is, it will break totally, and you're gonna get lots and lots of angry people on the hot day, not knowing what to do, because there's gonna be, I can tell you lot want to get rid of just water rides. What you need to do is actually get a new water ride in, a brand new water ride for the new roller coaster at Full Park. Okay? What, and another thing, so your parks have a substantial thing with it. Get a family area. Okay? Get rid of that Nana ride and a few other rides in that area what are not being used. Okay, I only been on a ride 4 times when I've been there, and I thought it's utter waste of space, and that could be transferred to I don't know, another area in the park, because it doesn't fit where it is. You're wasting space, Merlin. Precious space what can be used for other rides what a bit better. Okay? And a bit more your thing what you need to do is upscale your fill rides there. Okay? For Orlando's there. Now, these are my predictions with what's the name? Cheshire, because I'm going to go through the parks what I know of and I regularly visit. Okay, so this is Cheshire. I think you should keep definitely look a ride, but update it with some actual, or either get Mac rides in and update the ride. If needed, if it needs pair work, solid pair work, alright? Because that's going to be your biggest, Merlin at Cheshire, that's going to be your biggest bet. Now, I think both of them, back to Full Park, I reckon they need both choices like Alton Towers, where there's choices where to stay. Okay? You need to fest that as well as the rides as much as you are theming rides with RPs. Come up with some actual ideas. Hire someone who can come up with your own ideas for all the parks. Stop getting these RPs in, okay? Because eventually that RP will go. Now, another thing what I would say, I think the vampire could potentially, I think it needs to be retracked, because it's already showing problems at the moment. Right, we're on to Cheshire.
I'm looking forward to a holiday in June to Greece.
Greece. Right, so basically, as I was saying about Vampire, they need to place either place the track, okay, or they need to get something new in its place, okay, or because I think the strongest bet what I got, and I'm gonna tell you this, Merlin, keep it, but you need to do what you did to Nemesis Reborn. Shut it down for a year, okay, and rebuild it, okay, from the top to the bottom, okay. That's what I would do with all the sports. You need to basically redesign it before it breaks down totally, okay, because it will, I reckon, give it about, this is my prediction, if you don't basically place the track of it and the lift hills and stuff, it will bite you in the back if it breaks down totally. You need that one, all your rides in each part are liable. Okay. Now, Alton Towers, I think Cremery, either you need to get rid of one ride, what I would hardly recommend, and that's a glacier. I think that needs to go, people, right? Okay, you got on there, like what I said to the other parts, you got it right with the vacations and the holiday places, right? I wish you would do that to full park in Cheshire. Give people a bit more choice where to stay and with full park. Get one more, is a bit more low in price, right? At those parks, I'll touch that. Now the third thing what I would say, basically I would update the pirate ships, okay? Then if I was to tell you the honest opinion, get rid of another ride, what I would say, who's had a lot, not a long time then, that's Rita. Because Rita is sticking out like a pine cone. What it needs to go. Now, the other one, what I'd say, needs to, those are all the rides what I'd say need to go. Okay? Now, what I think you need to scale the ride with is numbers. Okay? And a tiny bit, okay? Bring the actors back around it, okay? The robe actors, okay? Right? You need to bring them back, okay? And don't keep in them as attraction what is clearly what I thought was very boring. That was the drop thing, and there was no actual real sensation to it. Now, I got addiction. They're gonna keep it to the end of the year. With Merlin, I don't mind saying his name because I was a big fan of him in Little Britain. Okay, I reckon they're gonna keep him for another year, but they probably will. I think they're gonna close it mid-summer. Okay, that area. I just got that addiction, and we're gonna start seeing the bit of the new project in that area in Coast Town. The project there, I forgot what the name of it. Okay, I really got this addiction because what's happened, they're gonna bring it out quicker than it was planned to be there, to get rid of that area. Now, only, I'd say, keep one kids area. Don't make the park like a mess like it is. Alright? Now, what else was I going to say? Keep the park area how it is. That I really like, the sea life. My partner loves the sea life in Alton Towers. Okay, keep that how it is. Alright? But what I would say with tidal wave, it's bang on how it is. Alright, but you need to put some new visuals on it. Okay? To do the new time. Don't tell us how you're going to do that, but something new on it. Okay? Now, either, and I will repeat this about full parks one, either you extend it or you get rid of it, because unlike the Alton Towers one, it's kind of really bland, and I don't feel like it will last longer than it has, because I have noticed around that ride it's starting to rot like most the rides at the park. I don't know why Merlin you can't like affect to upgrading some of your rides again. And another thing, don't put events on like the last day of the year, because that's like something altogether really weird and wrong. Plus that won't draw crowds in, if you were wondering. Okay? Now, another ride what I would say would benefit from that area. Put 13, extend it. Basically, extend it where Rita is. Or get a new ride altogether in Rita area. That's what I'd do. Always, I will warn you this. When Universal come out, they're going to be all ready. You've got at least, I'd say, 6 years to get your head around it. Okay? For Universal will bite you in the back. Okay? Now, one part what I can see what's ready to do like a whole year round, and I'm gonna be honest here, Merlin, about Alton Towers is ready. I can't see Cheshire do it because none of the rides there look like they're gonna manage it. Not unless you either upgrade them, as I said, or you scrap that old one. What in the middle of the park? What doesn't fit anymore where it was? It did. Now you put Paw Troll near it. What are you not doing? To someone what was really looked great in the park, you trying to actually turn that park upside down. It was one point with a lot of thrill rides, Cheshire. Either you got to be really precise what you're trying to aim for, or else I don't know what you can do with it. And Merlin, come up with some new ideas you own. I don't care if you hire me or you hire someone what I know what would come up with really good ideas. Alright. Basically, okay, I would love it to see you coming up with some ideas you own. What else was I going to say? Legoland, spot on. Why can't you all bend it the same way? Basically, don't keep the same layout of all the parks. I think every ride there, what I noticed, works really well. But the signage is a bit out of date, what I'd say at Legoland. I think it could be spot on. Stop wasting spaces. Get something new in that spot where that water ride is. That's my addiction. Okay? Now, I would say my top addiction this year, I think what Full Park and Alton Towers need to be your key things drive you forward for any of this Universal Parks out. Okay? Because if you wait, it will come back at you. Now, I think what you should do is have some like announcements as teasers when something, not what it is, but actually have some revealed dates where you could actually work on these parks, actually change them. Okay? Alright?
You know that you can't actually film videos that last longer than an hour because it won't upload for too long.